Hi everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the Beverly Hills Mansion speed build. So as I said in the last part, this part we're going to be furnishing all the fun over-the-top rooms in the house, although we're starting off with probably the least fun room, so we're just furnishing a couple of hallways and then the laundry room, because I ended up with this awkward hallway hallway next to a hallway room, because when I added that sunroom onto the house and I was doing the floor plan, I realized that it was kind of awkward to figure out a good way to get over to it because I wanted to fit this laundry room in here, and I just decided the best way to do that was to make a hallway going off of a hallway, and then for whatever reason I decided to use that same door that I used for the front door, although it's maybe a little bit too ornamental for that area, but I had a 3-tile white space and I just wanted to use that door again, so I decided why not, let's go ahead and use that. And I didn't get to explain this in the first part, but I added that sunroom onto the house because I didn't like that whole side of the house is just one long flat wall. So that was kind of my way to break that up, although it was kind of just this awkward room that's not terribly useful. So that's another room that's not really super interesting about the house. But yeah, right now I'm furnishing the laundry room. And I didn't think that laundry day stuff shelf was going to fit into this room so well. But yeah, I went surprisingly well with the wood on the cabinets and the look of the room, so I was really glad about that. And then I added that plant that came with laundry stuff there in front of the window. So I like this laundry room. It looks fancy, but it also looks very cozy at the same time, although I imagine that the homeowners aren't really going to be doing the laundry very much. Like, I think their butler's going to be the one who's doing the laundry, because I think they do laundry. I'm not sure. I hardly ever play with Butler, so this is another reason why I'm excited to use this house, because as I said last time, I never play with really wealthy families. And the laundry room also doubles as kind of a pet area because they have 2 Pomeranians, which I know is like the most stereotypical celebrity dog, but I want to do some stereotypical celebrity things and kind of, I don't know, I guess mix some not so stereotypical things, I'm not sure yet, but I want to kind of embrace some of that ridiculousness a bit in this series, so we're just going to have a couple of Pomeranians, and they're of course spoiled rotten and pamper all that stuff, so they got their own little section of the laundry room for themselves. And right now I'm furnishing the home theater, and I used I took a lot of inspiration from the home theater room that came with the pack, so you probably saw me there just pulling things out of it, like pulling the chairs out of it and pulling the posters out of it, because I really liked a lot of what they did with the room. And I also like that they added this soundproofing wallpaper in, so I just used that in here, so it's kind of a break from that gold bordered wallpaper that I used. And I also made a bathroom off this room because I really wanted to have home theater, but a lot of the rooms had a lot of windows in them, so I decided that the best way around that was to just turn that area in front of, the area right in front of those windows into a bathroom. And I figured that'd be good because there's one other bathroom on this level, so I thought that since it's such a huge house, we really needed another main level bathroom, so that just worked out really well. So this is just kind of half bathroom. I'm sure it'd be nice if you have people over watching movies. They don't have to walk very far to get to a bathroom. And I also like that those curtains were essentially blackout curtains, so I was able to cover up those windows and not have any of the light from them filtering in. So that really gave it that realistic home theater look. And I'm imagining that's why they added those curtains in, because when I saw them at first, I wasn't really sure what their purpose was because they're kind of odd looking, but I think they're definitely meant to be theater blackout curtains. But right now we are furnishing the sunroom, which is basically just a sitting area. There's not really a whole lot to do out here. Although I did add in some little plant potters, just those little things where you could grow plants, because, I don't know, just to make this room functional. I don't know if I'm going to have the Sims in the series grow anything out there, because as I said in the last part of this build, I don't see them being the type of people to get their hands dirty, but I mean, it's there in case you download this house and you maybe want to have your Sims get into that. But here we are working on Emmy's study, so this is very over the top. I mean, that's pretty much a theme for every single room apart from maybe that sunroom, but I set this this room up as kind of like a place where she would meet with people. So I did the whole thing where I have the desk just sitting out in the room and then we got 2 chairs in front of it, because I'd imagine that given her career, she maybe does some meetings for career-related things at home, because like I said last time, she's a singer. Unfortunately, there isn't a singing career with this expansion pack. I really wish there was, but I guess maybe they didn't want to step on the fact that they had singing included with City Living, but I feel like it was kind of a missed opportunity. I don't know, like I'm glad we got the karaoke and all of that with city living, but I feel like it was definitely a missed opportunity. Like it would have been better if they had brought singing in a pack like this where they could have expanded on it and made a singing career and done more with it, because yeah, I think maybe their reasoning for not wanting to do more with it, other than the fact that like if your Sim's famous and they sing, they'll draw a crowd, is that they added singing in city living and they wanted to keep it as a thing that you mainly get with that pack. Because, yeah, I guess they didn't want to expand on this one and then kind of, like, undermine the fact that they had singing in city living. I don't know if I'm right at all with that. That's just kind of how I see it. I don't know. I could be completely wrong on that, though. But, yeah, I'm just wishing there was a little bit more, like, more careers than the acting career. Although you are able to get famous with other careers, so I haven't played too much into it. But I think they did beef up other things a bit, so that helps with it. And then we also got the style influencer career with a patch, so yeah, that helps some, but I still wish, like, singing career, modeling career, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're working on the home gym right now. I, of course, had to have that in this house, so we just got a weight machine, we got a treadmill, we got a yoga mat, and that's pretty much about it. Oh, yeah, and then also this punching bag, so just standard home gym stuff. And that, of course, walks out to that whole terraced area that's in the back of the house, so there's just a whole bunch of ways you can get out. Like, pretty much every room on the back side of the house has a sliding door off of it. So that's pretty nice that your Sims can very easily get outside. And yeah, I wasn't really sure what to do for wall decorations in this room, because usually when I make gyms, I add in those sport posters in the room, but I just thought that didn't really fit in with this house given how regal it is. So I think I just added some wall lights and a few paintings and kind of left that as it. And there's also a bathroom off of this. So this was originally going to be the only bathroom on the main level until I decided to add that half one off of the home theater. But I just thought it'd be handy to have a bathroom off of here, so, in case you're working out and you just want to shower right away, don't feel like going upstairs to your room to shower, you can just do that here. Or if guests are over using the gym, then they can just shower here. So yeah, I thought it suited the house to have a lot of bathrooms, because usually these celebrity mansions have ridiculous amounts of bathrooms. Like, I think this house has 6 bathrooms, because you have the 2 down here, and then you have 4 upstairs. So like every bedroom upstairs has its own bathroom. Oh, and this room we're working on now is one of the most over-the-top things in this house. So I made a home spa, and I added that sleeping pod here. I know it's supposed to be a bed replacement, but I just did not want to not have a bed in the master bedroom and have that instead. So I added into the home spa, kind of thinking that it was like, you could think of it as an isolation chamber, because I think it does have some functionality other than just for sleeping. I forget what exactly it was that I saw, but I know you can do other things with it, so there's more to it than just being a spot where your Sims can sleep. So I thought it worked pretty well to have it in here, and I put this wall halfway through the room, and put it in its own area, just so if your Sims like want to use it as an isolation chamber, which I think they can do with it, I'm not 100% sure on that, but just to kind of give the effect of more privacy, so that if your Sims are using it, they're even further away from all the noise of the rest of the house. So that's my reasoning for that. And then we, of course, had the massage table. We had the chair where they can get hand and foot massages. We had the little meditation stool. So that was a really fun room to furnish. But now we're moving upstairs, so I'm just getting all the doors, getting all the doors in, getting all the flooring in, kind of figuring out what I'm going to use everywhere and furnishing this whole landing area up here. There's not really a whole lot to this room. We've just got some decoration. That's really about it. I didn't really see a point in making this room. I didn't really know of a way to make this room functional or have activities in it, so I didn't really bother making another unnecessary seating area up here. So we just got a table with some decorations on it, and yeah, that's really about it. Because I figured because this wallpaper is also very busy, so since it's so busy, I felt like I didn't really need to put as many paintings and such in as I normally would, because I didn't want to overpower this place. But it's definitely still a little much. Here I'm working on the vault room. There's not really much to it, because the vault, of course, takes up most of it, but we just got some wall lights. I added that kind of memorabilia item, so I imagine that was maybe an outfit that Emmy wore in one of her music videos, and she just wanted to have it up there because it's very, very valuable. And I'm so looking forward to sticking money in that vault in the Let's Play, because I'm going to start them off with probably a couple 100,000 simoleons in their household money account, maybe more than that. So we're going to stick some of that in there, and I'm looking forward to trying the stupid money interactions, like the money shower thing and the money phone, and also the vault woohoo. We're going to definitely be doing that a bit. So that'll be really fun. But this room here, it's basically a bedroom. It's supposed to be a bedroom, but I turned it into her music studio area. So I added that music production table because I imagine that in addition to doing her own singing, she also mixes the music for her tracks. Like, she kind of does it all. So we've gotten that in there. And then I also made this area that is supposed to be like an area where she records, like, she'll, record early videos of her songs to release to her fans on SimTube or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like a bonus to them. I'm not sure if that's functional though, because I stuck that video camera there. So I don't know if they can, like, if I can actually record videos with it and then upload it. I don't think it works like that, but I still like the look of it, so I left it in there. And if it comes down to it, like, if it comes down to it that it doesn't actually work, I could always just use the drone to record her singing and then make videos of it. Because I was thinking that it would be cool for her to have her own social media following as well. So I'm going to mainly be focusing on the social media stuff with Carlos, but I still want to do a little bit of it with her. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a whole lot of it with Tommy. We'll see, but yeah, he's mainly going to be about the acting. And I will be starting him off at the bottom of the acting career, because I know he was once an actor who was doing really, really well, but as I said in the last part, he took almost 20 years off of the, out from 20 years away from the spotlight, so I'd imagine that he kind of has to rebuild things a little bit, like he's starting to get back into it with commercials and small TV roles, because he also pissed off a whole lot of people, so no one really wants to give him roles, so he's really having to build from the bottom there, but I'm sure it'll be a little bit easier since he'll also be starting off with like a 2 or 3 star celebrity level, and I'm also going to have his acting skill built up a little bit. I think probably just level 5, because my thoughts were that, yeah, he was once at the top of the acting game, but after 20 years away, you're going to be a little rusty, so I'm thinking he kind of has to build up his chops a little bit, so he's not right at where he used to be. But right now we're furnishing the butler's bedroom, because as I said before, they have a butler, and they live with you, so they have to have their own room, so that's what this room is for. But that works out, because otherwise I would not have known what to do with this room. I mean, it would have just kind of been a regular old guest room anyway, but yeah, this room's very nice, and I also mixed in some of the stuff from Vintage Glamour stuff, which just works really well with the Get Famous stuff. Like, they even have some of the same golden swatches on the items, so I'm really glad that there's that versatility in there. But yeah, we're about done with this room. I just added this, because there wasn't a dresser in this room, we just had this walk-in closet item, so I just added this table in here to, I don't know, it's kind of like a dresser, but not really, but it's kind of a surface to put lotions and I don't know what on. And then now we're just furnishing the bathroom, because as I said, each bathroom, or each bedroom, has its own bathroom. So yeah, we're just getting some items in there, just going with the over-the-top, like, really bright gold. I'm not a particular fan of this kind of a gold. I'm a bigger fan of the more toned-down gold that they have in the pack, but, we definitely have to include this somewhere in this build. And now we're on to Carlos's room, and my thought was that this room was originally just a guest room, so when he came in, this is of course where he stayed, so there's a lot of this more traditional furniture, but then I also added some things in that I thought were his, so there's a few things in this room that don't fit in with the rest of the house, but I thought that made a lot of sense. And he's got a pretty nice setup here, because he's got that deck right off this room that overlooks the view of Del Sol Valley. So pretty sweet deal he's got going on here. But here is that streaming station that I was talking about, and then we got the drone sitting under it. So we're definitely going to be doing stuff with the drone in the series. And I was thinking that I could have him kind of be into vlogging, like he's into vlogging this luxurious lifestyle he's found himself in. So I thought that'd be kind of cool. And I'm wondering if having celebrities in your video will help boost your celebrity, your fame level yourself. Because I would think if you're like, hey, I'm living with these celebrities, like, look at them in my vlog, like, that's gonna bump you up a good bit. So I'm interested in seeing if that's the case or not. And then as you saw, I also stuck that softbox light behind his desk. I wasn't sure at first because it's very big, but once I sized it down, I thought it worked pretty well, because, he's pretty into this whole thing. He wants to have the best lighting for it. I also gave him the worst drone for now, because he's coming from kind of a middle class family, so he doesn't have money to buy like the nicest things. But I think once we get a bit into the series, I'll sell that one and get him the nicest drone so we can start making better quality videos. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to recording him with the drone as he does ridiculous things around the house. Like, he could do I don't know, like, I'm in an isolation chamber vlog, or I'm hanging out with Emmy vlog or something like that, or I'm hanging out with the Tommy Russo vlog. I just think it'll be a really, really cool thing. Like, I'm just so excited about what I've set up here for this series, and I can't wait to start it. I'm thinking it'll probably start Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, but Probably not. I still have a bunch of setup to do at this point, and I usually like to have little machinimas in the beginning of Let's Play, so that takes some time to set up. But yeah, just really excited about this. So now we're on to the whole master suite, which is of course massive. I mean, with a house like this, you've got to have an absolutely over-the-top massive master suite. So we got the bedroom area, which is this area right here. Off to the side, there is a kind of a sitting area, like kind of a TV area. And then there's also 2 closets in this room, so they each have their own closet. And then that leads back into a massive bathroom. So I did kind of split up the space in the bedroom a bit because I realized that it was just huge and it looked kind of weird when I had that bed just off in the, like against the wall over there. So I did something kind of like what I did with that house I made at Sims Camp, where I had a bed behind, or like a wall behind the bed. It was kind of in the middle of the room, and then behind that was sort of a dressing area. So that definitely helped a lot with making the space look a little bit better. I'm also really glad I decided to go with a lighter color scheme for this room because, as you might have seen, I was originally going to make this room very dark, but given the size of it, it just didn't look very good. So we've got the lighter wallpaper, and then I also used the pink and white colors for the couches and chairs and such that are in this room, and I just thought that looked really, really cute, and it just made the room bigger. It just made the room look a lot better, although the wallpaper is definitely busy because you got that, I don't know what you would call that pattern that's on it, but it's in a black color, so it is very busy, but I mean, I still think it looks nice. Oh, and this is another thing that I did in that Sims Camp house where I had the marble table over next to the bed with some stuff on it. And oh, I also forgot to mention, so I don't think I have it shown anywhere in the footage that I put the crystal helmet in the house, but I did go back in and delete one of the things I put on that table that was in the office. I can't remember I might have deleted a plant or something like that because I had enough plants in this house and then stuck the crystal helmet in there instead. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. I mean, I think basically that item is just that you insert crystals into it, and based on which crystal you put into it, they get certain perks from it. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. But yeah, I thought that was another one of those weird over-the-top things that I should definitely include in this house. And I also wanted to use that shark pond, but once I had done a lot of the landscaping, I realized that there wasn't really good space for it. I mean, I could take out that bench I put on the front of the house and put that in, but when I tried doing that, it just filled up too much of the space and looked weird. But I don't know, maybe once we get further into the series, I'll just go ahead and make that change. Like, I don't know, it's just a new addition they make the house. Like, they decide, oh, we want to have like a stupid piranha shark pond in the front of the house, because that is something I want to mess around with. So yeah, I might just go ahead and do that, like once I get in the mood to add something more to this house. But right now I'm working on the sitting area. I had a little bit of trouble figuring this out. It's kind of a weird room, but yeah, we've got that old-fashioned record player in here. We've just got a TV, so yeah, that's pretty much the point of this room. There's not really a whole lot else to it. Although I think later on I did change it to the marble wallpaper because I realized it was a bit much having that white wallpaper in the 2 rooms next to each other. So I think that did help to make the room feel a little bit better. But right now I'm working on the closet, so I just kind of did the same thing between the 2 of them. Like, we've got the same amount of shelves in each one. We got the same little cushion in them, although in the one I had to put a stand-up mirror instead of the wall mirrors because there's a window there. But now we're on to the bathroom, which is the last room, and I had to do something ridiculous and over the top in here. So we just have this shrine to the swan tub. Like, I thought I had to do something to like set this apart because it is just ridiculous. So yeah, I just had the columns and the archway around it. It's the focus of the room. It's so ridiculous, but I love it. I just thought it was such a good touch for this room. So yeah, they could just bathe in luxury. And also there's a ton of mirrors in this room, but I think that works because I'd imagine the 2 of them are a little bit vain. I know I at least gave Tommy the self-absorbed trait, and then I gave Amy the snob trait. And then I'm probably going to give them that vanity whim, or not whim, the vanity quirk where they want to look at themselves in mirrors, at least one of them. So I thought it was fitting that they had just mirrors everywhere. But anyway, we're about the end of the building part of the video. So as usual, if you want to download this, there will be a link to do so in the description. There will also be stuff in there on how to find it in-game. And yeah, that's going to be all for me. So I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video.